first thing you need to do is you need to go to aplusstudents.com to the website. Once you have logged into the website, you need to select math as your subject. This is grade 3 lesson, and the topic for today is number and comparing. Number and comparing. I'll give you the chapter number. Just a minute, please. The chapter number is 1 and the lesson number is 3. The chapter number is 1, the first chapter, and the lesson number is 3. What we would be studying today is Roman numerals. Okay. Roman numerals. We will see a numeral what stands for I, V, X, L, C, D, and M. What is represented by I, V, X, L, C, D, M in the Roman numerals? Okay, so let's begin with the topic. Let's connect. We have grade 3 numbers and comparing the first chapter and Roman numerals. Okay, so before starting of the Roman numerals, let's see how Roman numerals are written down. Okay, I'll just copy this grid so that we have the values in the grid. Okay, it's easier for us to remember through the grid. Okay, so I'll start off with the values. Okay, if I say we have a 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, right? So we are looking at the numbers against the Roman numbers, right? Roman numerals. How can a number be written in a... Hi, welcome to the class. We are looking at how a number can be written down into a Roman number. Okay, so 1 is written as 1 bar. 2 is written as 2 lines, right? And 3 is written as 3 lines. But after 3, the rule will change. Okay, so what happens is, let's consider 5 first. Okay, 5 is written as a V. A V in Roman numbers is 5. Okay, so we know that. Hi everyone to the class. We are looking at Roman numbers. Okay, yes, no. 4, it's okay. 4 we cannot write 4 ones, right? So if 5 was V, then 4 should be one less, right? So we write anything written before the V is subtracted from the V. The values written before 1V, IV, right? So V was 5, then IV means 1 less than V. Okay, and in the next one we have 6. 6 would mean V1. That means 5 plus 1. Yes, thank you. 7 would be written as V1 and 1. 5, 6, 7, right? And 8 can be written as with 3 ones. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So for 9, what happens is 9 we cannot write like this. We cannot write V1111. We cannot write like this. Okay. So whenever we are breaking in 5s and 10, for 9, what we will look at as 10. Let's look at 10, how a 10 can be written. A 10 is denoted by an X. So I'll just highlight what is very important for us. This is very important. This is very important. Okay. 5 means V. 10 means x. So we use the same rule as we used for 4. Okay. What was the rule that we used for 4? We wrote 1 less than v. We wrote 1 before v, right? Same way for 9, we know that 9 is 1. Yes, thank you, May. For 9, we know that it is 1 less than 10. Agreed? Do we agree on this? Okay, that's good. So let's 1 minute, please. Let me just copy one more margin so that we have for the remaining. Okay, that's good. Now let's look at 11, 12, 13, 14, so on, right? So if we look at 11, we can say 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, right? So what happens over here is 11 is how much added to 10? 11 would be 10 plus 1, right? Whenever we write on the left side, it's subtraction. Whenever we write on the other side, it's always addition. So we can I write 10 plus 1. 12 is 10 plus 2. Okay. The next one is 10 plus 3. Okay. So moving on ahead, let's stop the 14, right? Let's see how we can write 15 first. So if we want to see how we can write 15, can I say that 15 would be 10 and 5, right? So can I say that if I would want to write 15, can I write 10 and b was 5? This is 15, right? Do we agree on this? Same way, we write 10. And for 14, we write 10. Can we write 4? We know this is 14. Okay. Do we agree? 10 and 4, 10 and 5. Similarly, 10 and 6 would be 10 and 6. 10 and 7. 10 and 8. 1, 2, 3. But we cannot write 19. So we can break 1 and 9, right? So we can write 10. And what was 9? 9 was, this was 9, 1x, right? What about 20? What? No. Focus, Becca. Focus over here. Okay. What about 20? 20 can be written as 10 and 10, right? So we can write 10 and 10. Okay. How about 30? How can we write a 30? 30, 40. Let's suppose we have a 40. We have a 50. We have, sorry, this was be 50. Then we can write a 60, 70, 80, 90. We can write 100. We can write 200, 300, right? Okay. We can write all the 30, since 20 can be written as x and x, then 30 can be written as 10 plus 10 plus 10. But there's a rule, different rule for 50. Once we need to write 50, 50 is denoted by L. Okay. So what about 40? 40 is focus. 40 is 10 less than 50, right? So we say 10 subtracted from 50. Okay. Nate, focus. Forget about that. Focus on this class, right? 60 would be 50 and 10. Okay. The next one is, okay, 70. That means 50, 10, and 10. Okay. How about 80? 80 can be written as 50 plus 10, 60, 70, and 80. Okay. So some of these boxes I have highlighted. These boxes which I have highlighted are very important for us, right? We need to remember at least these, because at these points the alphabets are changing. Okay. So 90 cannot be written as L with 4x next to it, right? 90 would always be written as 10 less than 100, and 100 is written as C. 100 is written as C. Okay. So that means 90 is 10 less than 100. Okay. Do we agree on XC would mean XC would mean 10 less than the 100, right? 200 would mean 2C, 100 and 100. 300 would mean 3Cs. Agreed? So we need to keep in mind what is important for us. I'm just highlighting these. What I've highlighted with yellow are very important, because before this point and after this point, it will change a lot of things, right? Because 5 was B, 10 was X. Similarly, 20 was double X, right? 15 was not X 5 sticks, right? It was XB. Similarly, 50 becomes L, 100 was C, right? We look at, we'll also look at 1000, okay? D and M. So can we say we have 400 and we have 500, okay? So the again at 500, the character alphabet will change. At 500 is known as character D. So let's suppose we write 500 and 600. Can I say that 400 is 100 less than 500? Right? So can we say 400 is 100 less than, if I write D, that is 500, and can I write C? That was 100, right? So CD means 100 less than 500, and 600 would be DC. 700 would be 500, 600, 700. 800 would be D and 3 C's. Now what will change is what will change for us is 1000, right? So we can easily write 1000. We can try to remember what 1000 is. A 1000 is an M. A 1000 is denoted by M. So 900 was, what is 900? Can anyone tell me? 900 is equals to D3C was 800. 900 should be, what should be 900? D3C was 800, right? Then 900 means 900 would be 1000 minus, no, not X. May it would not be X. See, what is 1000? 1000 was M, right? So we write M, and what was 100? What was 100? 100 was C, right? So we write CM. That means 100 less than 1000. Okay? How about 1100? That would be 1000 is M and C, right? Let's suppose 1200. That would be 1200, right? Do we agree? If I would say, can you give me for 1500? That would mean, see, since 500 was D, right? So can I say 1500? Okay. Can we say MD? MD for 1500. Okay. That means if M was 1000, then CM would be 100 less than 1000. And MC would be, because this part of C is coming before M, this is coming after. That means this is 1000 minus 100, and this is 1000 plus 100. This is the difference. Okay. So if an alphabet is written before the bigger alphabet, that means it's subtracted. If it's written after, that means it is added. Okay. That's great. Now, once we are done with the grid, let's keep these shaded values in our mind, right? Whatever I have highlighted with the yellow, okay? We'll keep these in the mind, and then we'll start, okay? So the first question says, question number 1 says, I'll just copy the question on the screen. Okay, how do you write 16 as a Roman numeral? Okay, this is the first question we have, and it says, how do you write 16 as a Roman numeral? Okay, 16 would mean, see, let's remember something. Okay, we know that V was 5, X was 10, right? So can I say that 16 should be equal to 10 plus 5 plus 1, right? So, but in Roman numerals, we do not put the plus sign, right? For 10, we can write X. 5 was V, and this was 6. That would be 16 in Roman numerals. Agreed? Thank you so much, May. Moving on to the next question. The next question says, okay, 34 as a Roman numeral. How can we write 34? Let me just copy this and I'll change the 16, okay? In the next question, they're asking us to write 34 as question number 2, 34 as a Roman numeral, right? So can we break 34 into 30 plus 4, right? We can say 34 would be equals to 30 plus 4. And 30 would be 3 tens, right? 10 plus 10 plus 10. This would be 30. So 30 can be written as 110, 2 tens, 3 tens. Agreed? And what about 4? 4 is 5 minus 1. That means, and 5 was V. So we write 1V. Okay? Do we agree? 1V. This would be equals to 34. Is there any confusion? If there is any confusion, please let me know so that I would. Okay. No, it would not be ZVI, XVI, right? Okay. Thank you. Moving on to the next question. Let's see. Question number 3. I'll just copy the question and they are asking us to write. Okay. It's a reverse. Sorry. They are asking us to write. If the Roman numeral is given to us, we need to give the number. What does this Roman numeral represent? Let me just copy paste. Okay, so the number that is given to us is this. I would want you to help me out. What does this Roman numeral represent? Question number 3. Yes. Okay, moving on with, sorry, question number 3 over here. What is XXBI? Very similar to question number 2, right? That was, no, the answer you said was VI. VI means, oh, yes, thank you. That means the first two part refers to 10 plus 10. Agreed? And the last part would be 5 plus 1. Thank you so much. And the correct answer is 26. Thank you for the answer. Because we know that 26 would be 20 plus VI, right? Thank you. Looking at the next question that we have is, okay, what does the next new number, what's, 1 minute, please. I'll go to question number 4. We have this grid for our reference. If we have any problems, we'll go back to the grid, okay? Question number 4, what does this new, okay, this is says this. What does this Roman numeral represent? What is represented by this number, which is there on the screen? If I write 1x. Okay, 1x would mean, 1x means 1x means, see, we know that x was equals to 10, right? And if a number is written before, that means we subtract. So can we say this is written as 10? Since this is written before it, we minus 1. Yes, thank you so much. And the correct answer was 9. Thank you for giving the answer. Okay. Moving on to the next question. It says, how would you write 17 as a Roman numeral? Okay. Let's try to write 17 as a Roman numeral. So we have this as a question number 5. I'll just align this so that we have enough space. And let's do question number 5. Question number 5 says, how do you write 17 as a Roman numeral? So can we write 17 as 15 plus 2, right? 15 plus 2 would be easy, right? So if this is written as 17, can be written as 10 plus 7 or 15 plus 2, right? 15 plus 2 is easier for us because we already know that 15 is xv, 10 and 5, right? Finding 15 would always be easier for us, right? So what we do is, in 15 can be write xv, and 2 would mean 1 1. Thank you, May. Yes, that is perfectly correct. Okay, that means this equals to 17, and that is our answer. Okay, moving ahead to the next question, it says, okay, what does this Roman numeral represent? Okay, so the next question, question number 6 says, let me write it down. Very easy. Okay, let's write V11. Okay, this is very easy. V11 would represent what? I'll just make another question out of it. So if we have another question, we'll try some other value, okay? I would try to put, let's suppose, LV11, okay? For question number 7, we have another question. Let's make question number 6. I'm doing these two reference questions so that we would know the difference, right? It's very important for us. So V11 is very simple. That is 5 plus 2, that is 7. Very simple. How about LV11? We know that L is represented by 50 and V is represented by 5. So we can say that if L was 50, can we find this? No, 507, because we do not have C. C is 100, right? So 550 plus 7, right? That would be equals to 57. Okay, no problem. We'll try one more question. Okay, we'll try another question and we'll try to see what else can be done with this, right? I'm just keeping this 7 with me. If I say C, sorry, if I say C X X V 11, okay, yes, good. That was 57. Let's look at question number 8. See, we should remember that X would represent 10, L represents 50, and C represents 100, right? All these numbers are after 100. Nothing is before 100, right? So can I say 100? This was very good. Plus 20, plus this, plus 7. Thank you for the answer. 127 is our final answer. Okay. Can we try to make it more difficult? Okay, let's try to make it more difficult by keeping the 7 at the end. Let's say in question number 9, they say, I'll just pick this up. If this was DV11. How about this? What is DV11? Because I just told you that X would be 10, C would be 100, but I did not remind you that D is 500 and M was 1000. If we can remember these, we can simply find, right? Okay, that means D represents 500 plus this value. Yes, thank you so much. Plus 7. That means 507 is your answer. Okay, if in the same question, it's okay. It's just for the revision, right? Anyone can be anywhere for the revision, okay? We don't mind that. So if I'll try another, okay, 25 as a Roman. Just a minute, please. I'll just copy the statement so that I can write the question. For question number 10, I'll change this number. And in question number 10, they're saying, how do you write 25 as a Roman numeral? Okay. So how can we write 25? 25 can be written as 25 can be written as see 25 can be broken down into, can we say 25 is broken down into, yes, thank you, May, 20 plus 5, and we know that 20 can be written as x and this was v. Thank you so much for the answer. Okay, very easy, very easy. Okay, the next one we have is, how would you write, again I'm just trying to find or make a difficult question, okay, so that we would have enough practice. If this says, how can you write 23 as a Roman? Oh, it's still easy. No, let's make it difficult, right? Let's say this is not 23, this is 212. Okay, this would be better for us. 23 would be exactly like 25, right? With only 5 would be replaced by, see, 23 would mean 20 plus 3, x 111. Very easy. So we are trying to do a little difficult, right? So we know that if this is 212, right? We know that 100 is C. That means 200 would be CC. This is 1. That is on the tens position, right? X. And how do we write 2? 1, 1. Do we agree? Any questions up till now? Do we have any question up till now? Okay, let's write one more, okay? If I would say for question number 12, if I would say 343, how can we write 343? Okay, this is tough. Why? Because there is a 40 over there. We know writing 300 would not be a problem for us. If C is C, let's focus. Can anyone give me the answer for 343? Job, can you give me the answer? How do we write? How do we write 343 in Roman numerals? Okay, no problem. Okay, see, we have 300 plus 40 plus 3, right? So 300 can be written as, since C was equals to 100, so we can write 300, right? But 40 can, no, that's exactly. 3 can be written as like this. This 40 is the main problem. 40 cannot be written as this. This is wrong. 40 is always written as 50 minus 10. Okay. And 50 was, what was 50 for us? 50 was L, right? We represent 50 by an L, right? So we can write XL for 40, right? Yes, thank you. So we can write 3C XL 31. So 343 can be written as 3C XL and 3 ones, right? Because 40 cannot be 4x, 4 times 10. 40 is 10 less than, yes, 40 is 10 less than 50, and 50 was represented by L in the numericals, right? Focus on the work. Okay, let's do some questions. Let's do some questions from the test. Okay, I'll start off with the test. Let's everyone try these. Okay, let's do them together. We have the test, and the first question we have from the test is, oh, very easy. Anyone can answer this who has not even studied this. Okay. Sorry. Apologies, I have a sore throat. That's why I just need to mute for a few seconds. Okay. So the first question. Yes, very good. There are 3 lines that represents 3 as your answer. Can we click on this option? Let's move to the next question. Question number 2. I'll just copy it on the screen. How would you write 23 as a numeral? Roman numeral, right? Let's see how we can write 23 as a Roman numeral. If these are the 3 options we have. Option A, B, and C. Sorry, question number 2. This was A, B, C, and D. So which option should be equal to 23? Yes. It cannot have 2 i's at the end, right? Why? Because it has an ending with the 3. So we can say 23 means 20 and 3. Thank you so much for the answer. And that means option number B is the correct, right? So XX and 3 ones. Option number B. Moving ahead to the next one. The next question we have is, what does the Roman numeral represent? It's not very tough. It's very just like the logical things we need to do over here. What is represented by the next numeral? X1V. For question number 3, Okay. Job X1B would mean, out of these options A, B, and C, X1V. So if we break this into X and we can see that 1 is written before. Anything that is written before the standard is subtracted, right? Yes. Thank you, Biruk. So we can say that this is 14. This was 10 plus 4. The next question we have is, okay, let me just copy. 1x. What does the next numeral represent? And it says 1x. Question number 4. If these are the options given, so what should be the answer? If 1x is given, see, we know that x is always equals to 10, right? If a number is before x, that is subtracted. If it is after x, it's added, right? So we can see 1 that is before x over here, right? So 1 is before x, that means it should be the one that is written before the x. X was 10, right? That means 1 less than 10. And what is 1 less than 10? A, B, or C, right? Okay. That means in this case, if it's on the left side, that was minus 10 minus 1, that would be 9. Yes, option A is the correct answer, right? Thank you, Biruk. Oh, for the next question that we have is, we write 9 over here. Okay, let's see what are they asking us in the next question. Okay, how can you write 11 in as a Roman numeral? Okay, this is the given question. How can you write 11 as a given numeral? And these are the options that we have. Question number 5 and so onwards. Option A, B, C, and D. Okay, so how can we write 11? How can we write 11? We know that 11 can be written as 10 plus 1. Yes, thank you, Birok. This was 10 and this was 1. That means which option? Option number C is the correct option, right? So we click on option C. That is a correct option. The next question is, how would you write 8 as a Roman numeral? How can we write 8? Let's see. 8 can be written as, for question number 6, B and C, right? See, 8 is less than 10, but it is greater than 5. And we know that V equals to 5, right? So can I say 5 plus 3 should be equals to 8? Yes, thank you, Baruch. This would be V111. Agreed. Okay, thank you. I'm just saying a 1, you can always make a bar over there, okay? And the next question is, how can you write 16 as a Roman numeral? How can we write 16? This question number 7. for question number 7, they're asking us how to we write 16 as a Roman numeral. See, we know that 16 is greater than 10, right? 10 plus 6. And we know that 10 is written as x and 6 is 5 plus 1. Where should 1 come? Before or after? Yes, the 4 should come after, right? The 4 should come after the v. That means x v1, because x1v would be 14, this is 15, and this is our 16, right? We had to find it for 16. Okay, thank you so much. Please do complete the remaining questions. Okay, we are done around 7 questions and a few more are left. Oh, we are done almost more than half, right? So 5 questions are left. Please do them at home for the practice. Best of luck. Take care. Have a nice day. Okay, take care. Bye. Yes, option A. May option A is correct.